It was a lovely afternoon in Tawnytown, Maryland, and a local denizen was taking her coronavirus-tainted materials to be tested.
Hello? Can I talk to somebody about getting my drugs tested for the coronavirus?
Howdy, ma'am. I'm the police chief of Tawnytown. Whoa, sorry about that.
Oh my, that's a very big gun you have, sir.
Can I help you? Whoa. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I read on Instagram that you would, if I came in here, you would check my drugs, specifically my meth and my heroin. It didn't say anything about cocaine.
Whoa, sorry about that.
You would check them for the coronavirus, so I'm just here to take advantage of the free service, please.
We will take these back to the lab. Whoa, sorry about that.
When do I get those back?
We're going to test them thoroughly, and you'll get them back. Come with me, ma'am.
I'm not sure that this is what I signed up for. I just wanted you to look at the drugs and make sure they didn't have the coronavirus.
I'll have my people check out the drugs. Sorry about that. We're going to put you in these nice little bracelets here, and we're going to take you back to this holding cell.
That's
Whoa,
pretty.
Sorry about that.
I like these bracelets. That's pretty.
They're a little tight, right? Mm-hmm. Whoa, sorry about that. We will have tests back to you very, very shortly, but why don't you rest in this room here.
Thank you.
Take a load off.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome, everyone, to another week of Carol Worldwide, your local weekly satire podcast. We've been struggling with the weekly part, but we'll get back to it.
Semi-weekly, sort of.
Yeah,
sort of weekly.
We'll be back. I'm Dennis Twigg.
I'm Randy Goldstein.
I'm Sherri Joseph.
All right, so we have perhaps the best public relations move in the history of troubled police departments. Correct?
Sounds like it, yeah.
I think
very kind of them.
I think that everyone has a little coronavirus on their mind, maybe a little coronavirus in their system, and so
maybe,
and so
we'll find out in 14 days.
One of the vectors of transmission is sharing, and what do you share more than anything else, Sherri?
Share my drugs.
Drugs.
Yes, I share drugs with people.
I mean, isn't marijuana a social drug?
It is a social drug.
But then it makes you unsocial. But you share it and then you shut the f up.
Yes, that in turn makes you antisocial.
Yeah, it's like, anyway, let's not get into that. But Tawnytown Police Department is offering to test what drugs, Randy?
According to the news story, they want to test, or they're offering to test your meth and your heroin. For free.
What about my cocaine?
That's an add-on.
Here's the thing: if you got cocaine,
additional services.
No, if you got cocaine, you got private health insurance.
Oh, that's,
okay. You know
what?
Yeah, you can afford that,
right? This is really like a big pro Bernie Sanders move. I think.
And there's not enough body fat on you to contain the virus.
That's right. That's right. So I think this was genius, right? This is like clearly a spoof, clearly a joke.
Right.
Got some coverage. Gets them out of the news for their machine gun toting First Amendment patriot disgraced police chief. And now they're testing drugs for coronavirus.
So nice.
Which, by the by, I'm not even sure it's a thing you can do.
No, it's not.
To all of our happy heroin users, don't trust the police.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Don't trust them on this one.
No.
And also be careful sharing your drugs.
There's something afoot.
Yeah. You don't want to bring your one hitter these days, so you don't have to share a bong. I think that's an easy precaution.
It is.
It's funny. I would share my drugs if I did them, but I would not share my seafood nachos.
Hell no.
Well, okay, we all have a line. Yours is like a thin crustacean line. Oh, what is it? Shrimp's not really a crustacean. What is a shrimp?
Who cares?
I think it might fall under crustaceans,
Is it a crustacean?
actually.
Okay,
Yeah.
tell us.
Exoskeleton.
Tell us in the comments. All right. So I just thought that was really funny. All right. So then it's been a big week for women in the news locally, wouldn't you say?
I think so.
Yeah.
Or why not?
Has it?
Oh, yeah.
What's been going on, guys?
Well, there is a situation where I think we need to adjudicate.
Yes, there is. Okay, you're talking about the Kona's bar thing.
Right. So we're saying Kona's name because we don't think Kona's is a bad guy here. They're just a bystander.
They're a total bystander.
They're a bystander in a war on society.
Yes.
So tell me what happened, Randy.
So apparently a group of people, young people, were at the bar, and they were being loud and cussing, and they were asked to leave because there were kids at the bar.
What time of day was it?
It was the middle of the day, I think, on Sunday. I think it was Sunday afternoon.
Okay. That's important, I think.
Yeah. So this girl posted a video of her friend who was very angry in the parking lot, ranting about getting kicked out of the bar. We have a clip of it. Here it is.
F*** 'em. Guess they want you to be quiet when there's kids at the fucking bar. Guess what? If your kids are at the bar, take them to Chuck E. Cheese.
Wow. Okay.
That's my favorite.
That's a lot of passion.
Yeah, a
Right
lot of
there.
passion.
So the thing that we're doing now is Judge Dennis.
Judge Dennis is back.
Can
Let
you
me
please?
get on the? I'll get the robes on.
Yes.
It was weird that I came in naked, but I knew this segment was coming.
Let me know when you start presiding.
All right, I'm presiding.
Okay, good. So I think we have a disagreement between Sherri and I.
No.
Shocker.
Why don't you go first? Because ladies first. We're arguing over whether or not
Is there an expectation of bar behavior? Right.
Yeah, or if the
Yeah, lay
if
it
the
out
woman
for me.
has a point.
What's the so that's what we're arguing over, whether or not she has a point.
Yes, whether she's right. Socially, it's a
Okay.
social moray.
Okay, all right.
Pathway,
Well, you
whatever.
know, that's an interesting
Ooh.
thing. There is such a thing as a social contract. We've discussed this before.
It's been a little while, a little refresher for everybody.
And there's an unspoken social contract that regardless of who is in a bar, be it your tiny little children, which is probably the stance that you're going to take, or anyone else, you don't act like an asshole when you get drunk. This is a clearly inexperienced, drinker
Or a problem drinker.
or problem drinker who can't handle her liquor.
Oh.
It's the middle of the day on the weekend. Excuse me, I'm
Ooh.
speaking.
Counselor, there's no objection during opening argument.
It's the middle of the day on a weekend. I don't care who's in the bar. Nobody wants to hear your loud, screaming laugh and your cussing in any situation, regardless of their age. You cannot go into a bar and scream like a hyena and
Whoa.
cuss at the top of your lungs and think that it's okay. That's not okay in any situation. If there's kids there, if there's old people there, if there's your peers there, it doesn't matter. That's why she got kicked out. It's got nothing to do with the kids. I think she's using that as an excuse, and maybe they used it as an excuse to get rid of her. She's a bad customer. End of discussion.
Okay, may I speak now, Judge?
Of
Permission
course.
to approach the audience. I don't know
Well,
how this
put
works.
that thing away, then go ahead.
So I think she has a point because, first of all, I'd like to object to one of your points is we don't know her inflection. We don't know how loud she was. We don't know if she was laughing like a hyena. All we know is that she was cussing. That's all we know.
Did you see the
Oh,
video?
excuse me. I'm speaking now. Excuse me. Anyway, I think she has a point because, number one, it's Kona's. So any other bar, Raphael's, Johansson's, anywhere else has a separate place for a restaurant. Like you can go to Raphael's and be on another side of the wall than the bar, and people can laugh like hyenas and cuss if they want. Your kid will not be affected by it. Kona's is all one little room, so she kind of has a point there. And even in cases like that, I mean, you heard about what happened at Applebee's several years ago when a family brought their toddler in. Applebee's is a family restaurant, but they have a bar. And when they gave the bartender the sippy cup to fill with the pineapple juice, they filled it with a margarita by accident.
What?
And the kid drank it and got drunk.
Wait, was this locally?
And then he started hitting on the other babies,
Okay, this didn't happen.
licking applesauce off another kid's stomach. And then he woke up with an ugly toddler next to him. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen a child do the crawl of shame, but it's not something... Kids don't belong in bars.
My question is, where were the parents?
Oh my God.
So
Where were the parents in this
I think she has a point as far as Kona's is concerned. Yeah, it's probably iffy to have your kids there when there's other choices to be isolated from the bar area where people are drinking.
The world does not revolve around you and you're drinking on a Sunday afternoon. If I want to bring my kid somewhere that is a bar and a restaurant, then I have every right in the world to do that. Just as you have every right to have lovely drinks with your friends on a Sunday afternoon. But for fuck's sake, keep it down. It's a tiny little, like you're saying, it's a tiny little space. show some respect. Again, with the social contract. So show some respect for the other people in the room. She is at fault.
Yes, Sherri, show some respect in this little room with a social contract to not cuss like a hyena in my professional office.
Oh, you know what? Fuck off.
I think it's time for a ruling.
No, I have some follow-up questions. We'll make this like an appellate situation. So, let's imagine the hypothetical is you have one of the tables on the outside seating at Rock Salt, and it's like Saturday at 4 p.m., and the other table has a woman doing that routine,
Take him to Chuck E. Cheese.
complaining about Kona's. Wouldn't that ruin your meal?
Is that at a restaurant?
You're literally at Rock Salt in this hypothetical, and you're literally on the outside tables.
But Rock Salt's a good idea. Which part? The restaurant part, or am I in the bar?
I just said outside.
He just said outside.
You have that little
Twice.
nook outside.
Oh, that little air. Oh, that's... Oh, boy.
I mean, because like, there's no walls.
Do you want some of my coffee, Randy?
Probably.
There's no walls, but I'm just saying, like, what about that? Like, she's not near kids.
I think you're taking a risk because that area of Main Street is a little iffy anyway. I mean, there are people coming from
She's
Ernie's
outside. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
The onus is on you to get up and leave in that situation. I
Well,
think.
you're kind of seated at a table, though.
Well, you just say, hey, this woman is driving me nuts. Can I have a table inside?
She's out in the street.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So,
Oh, we agree on that.
But if you're trapped inside on a winter's Sunday afternoon,
I mean, so you think that?
she needs to zip it.
Yeah, in 50-degree weather. Come on.
So you
Trapped inside.
Whatever. Okay.
So-
the place we're talking about doesn't have outdoor seating, do they? I don't
Yes,
even know.
in the back they do.
Should there be any limit on verbal behavior when drinking at a bar in that situation?
Yes, but we don't know what really transpired.
Well, what is your suggestion? What is
what
over the line?
transpired was she got kicked out for her bad behavior.
Let's just say that the clip that we saw
takes a lot.
was emblematic of her behavior.
Yeah, I would say that's
If that was her
True.
routine, let's say she'd been kicked out of bar A and Kona's was bar B, and she was just ranting about being kicked out of a bar the whole time. Is that bar obliged to let her stay there indefinitely on that routine?
No, bar is a privately owned business, and they can kick out whoever they want for whatever reason they want.
But you just said you think they should not have. You think they should have kept her in this situation?
I don't think that was the what we're arguing, because I think anybody can kick anybody out for any reason.
Okay, you just think that the kids thing is.
Randy hates kids.
Oh no! Now you better retract that. I object. I love kids.
Okay, so you just think she had a point.
Yes, I do.
They should go to Chuck E. Cheese.
They don't go to Chuck E. Cheese, but they could have gone to any other place on Main Street and been isolated from
So
the
it's
bar.
not even really about her. It's about whether this family should have been at Kona's.
Yes. Yeah, I think it was a poor choice to bring your kid to Kona's.
Huh.
I don't agree with that at all.
Well, I think that Kona's. So I'm ready. I'm sorry to interrupt, counselor, but I'm ready to make a ruling in your favor. So, so I think that because Kona's has held itself out to be family friendly, and they have kicked people out that disturb that atmosphere, it's perfectly reasonable for them to do so. Like Kona's, I mean, we don't go to Kona's because they don't have a chair that's really good for like a child that's my child's age.
Huh.
Because
Interesting.
Because they have like mostly high tops, and high tops are tough on like 3-year-olds, you know? But like, I mean, they have like a real menu. They're not just like, we have beer and like warmed over hot dogs. Like they have like real foods.
Do they have a kids menu?
No. But kids menu.
Whatever.
You
Your
know what?
ruling stands.
You're not talking about these people were not a down under with their kids saying,
Exactly.
"Oh my God, this woman is being so obnoxious." I mean,
My
okay,
baby is stuck to the floor.
in that situation, you are absolutely
Yes.
correct with your assessment.
I would
Randy.
say you're very good point, counselor. Down Under and Ernie's probably a different situation.
You know what? Even Ernie's.
Kona's.
I'll take my
Ernie's is
kids to
probably
Ernie's.
kid-friendly, yeah.
I would take my kid to Ernie's.
I guess it just depends the time of night.
Maybe,
too.
yeah.
This is a different argument if it's 10 p.m. on a Friday too.
You know,
Yes, it is. It absolutely is.
Ernie's might have a reputation, but I've never seen anybody like, I've only been in there twice my whole life, but I've never seen anybody. Well, yeah, there were people fighting with pool cues out
You know
front
what?
one
They
time.
have really cold beer and they have really good food at Ernie's.
From what I hear,
You
their
said
kitchen
the fried oysters are real good.
The fried oysters are amazing. Yes.
Yeah, we should go.
crab soup's supposed to be good.
Yeah.
Kitchen's supposed to be immaculate.
Yeah, don't dish on Ernie's, man.
I want to
it's
make
good.
a point that I am 0 for 2 against Sherri.
That's
this
why
year.
I said to you, I don't
This
want
year?
I don't
Yeah.
want to argue with you because you're always so wrong.
You haven't been completely shut out.
I was right about one thing though that we didn't talk about. that Maryland service state tax thing got shot down last night.
It did. I
Yeah.
saw that.
Oh, good.
And I said it would because they tried it 10 years ago or so, 11 years ago. Same thing happened.
I thought
It's never going to happen.
I thought this was a loss leader where they're proposing that and then they're going to retract it and then they're going to have a more reasonable thing.
like a higher liquor tax or something like that.
Oh,
don't
dear
know.
God, I hope not.
But I'm just saying, I just felt like the sales tax. I think they'll probably roll back in the estate tax.
Cannabis is where the money is. Look at Denver.
When does the estate tax retire? When does that expire?
I don't think it does expire.
Oh, it doesn't? Oh, I thought there was a big deal about it expiring
It did
at
it
some point.
No, well, Maryland's is at $5 million a person. If we want to get into lawyer Dennis and my actual job, we could talk forever. But
That
it's
would be
not
a fun
funny.
podcast, yeah.
Not that hilarious.
Estates with Dennis.
We can do it sometime.
I
If-
would totally listen to that podcast.
If we can do it sometime. Maybe get a video crew and do the whole thing.
When I have insomnia.
Oh, come on. You better get your planning in order, Randy. Make a lot of enemies here.
What are you trying to say?
Make a lot of enemies with
You really
it.
do.
See my
yeah.
cholesterol count?
Is it good or bad?
It's got a comma in it.
Oh, my.
I was looking. I saw an article that like half America is overweight or obese, and then I looked at the chart and I'm like, this is BS. I've like literally never weighed like the low end of healthy. Like it would be impossible. I'm supposed to weigh 163. I'm like, I would be emaciated. I'd just be like wasting away. Anyway, back to me. Let's get off the subject of me being overweight. Decisive driver. So women still in the news. So someone posted like kind of like a flowery hypothetical about like a micro penis truck. Is that what happened?
I have a feeling this actually happened.
It did. She amended it.
Yeah.
So she was like driving on a highway or a 2-lane road with passing allowed, and there was a truck that was going slightly under the speed limit that was like, you know, I don't know, I don't remember specifically, but it's like one of your big trucks with probably like the balls hanging down from it and like, you know, perhaps some stars and bars and hunting paraphernalia, and she passed it. And this triggered like seems like a 20-minute long road rage where the person rode her tail,
Which is
flushed the high
terrifying.
beams, blah, blah, blah.
Absolutely terrifying.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have ever had that happen to you.
No, because we're men and life is easier for us.
Right.
I'm the one
Yeah.
usually doing that, but it's inadvertent.
Yeah,
This was very much something this guy intended to
I would've-
do.
would
He
you-
was trying to terrify her.
wouldn't you call the police in that situation? If it like after you get off one road and they're still following you?
You know what? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, it sounded like she was a woman in a car alone at night. Maybe I would, but actually, I probably would just have gotten enraged myself and slammed the car on and made him rear end me. You know, a really smart in the moment decision, like I'm known for making.
Would your decision probably would change though if you were like not in the car by yourself?
Oh yeah, it totally would.
Yeah,
It-
but that being
yeah.
by yourself thing, you're like, all right, let's dance.
Yeah,
let's
exactly.
dance, little
Yeah.
southern
Oh my gosh,
dandy.
I just saw a squirrel. I had to. Yeah, too bad you rear-ended me. Now you owe me a lot of money.
Oh my
Oh,
neck!
and my neck.
I know a good lawyer.
Yeah.
Okay,
Dennis shows up. I only do estates.
don't worry, my law partner does that. We'll be good. So I mean, was there controversy here? There's a lot of comments, right? What was the controversy?
I think it was well written.
Yeah, it was funny. Hats off
And
to
people
her.
were like, "How do you know he had cowboy boots on? You're being, you're
Racist.
profiling.
Racist against cowboys.
You're profiling against this guy." And it's like it was probably everybody's nephew, cousin, uncle, father.
Me.
That was. You wouldn't do that, Randy. Would you really seriously? If somebody passed you, get that enraged? Is your tiny penis that small?
Nobody. You're wrong about one thing. I don't drive slow, so nobody's going to get
so
behind
no one's
me.
going to do that to you.
It doesn't apply to me anyway because
Okay.
I'm a very
I can't believe this.
aggressive driver anyway.
I'm reading the comments. And I can't believe this woman's being roasted so badly. Like people are saying she's the jerk.
This is in the Hampstead,
I don't
Maryland
think so.
community.
I don't
group.
think she's the.
I don't think
jerk.
she's jerk at all. She passed someone legally and they acted like a complete tool. And she responded in kind. Like maybe she would have been better off not. But like this guy, no matter what she did, this guy was gonna clearly.
That was an act of
react.
aggression.
Yeah. I definitely brake check people, not to cause an accident, but to say like, hey, you should like consider backing up.
I had somebody not only brake check me, but I was definitely aggressively driving behind them, but they were going really slow. This person kept putting on their flashers. Their
So yeah, they were trying to get your attention.
yeah,
Well, okay, yeah.
hazards. They're hazards.
I remember this one day. I could see the woman in the mirror of her car, her rearview mirror, mouth to me the words, "Back off, bitch." And I was like, oh, shit, I might be following a little too closely.
Yeah, that's what I do. Like when I encounter that, I'm like, all right, I got to check myself.
Well, yeah.
Back off, bitch.
I don't think this woman was wrong, but she got roasted. Maybe it's just the audience up there.
Yeah.
The road is no place for rage.
It's not, but it happens a lot.
Yeah, and then I feel bad when that kind of stuff happens. Or somebody will pull over and wave me to pass them. Like, all right, go ahead. You're obviously in a hurry.
Passive aggressive.
How often do you have that happen?
That has happened to me probably 10 times in the last 2 years.
Good Lord.
Yeah,
Jesus, Randy.
that's what they call me.
You might need to take like some driver's ed.
And you
or
drive
something.
like a big intimidating car. Are you sure this wasn't you?
What? No, definitely not me. No, because if somebody passed me
I know,
because
your
I was
car-
going slow, I would be like, respect, go right ahead.
It's like you're like Ricky Bobby. If you're not first, you're last.
Exactly.
This is just
Take a
driving.
break.
This isn't even a race. So like, who knows how you?
That is some of the best, honestly, some of the best life advice ever.
If you're not first, you're last.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm like on my way to like, 7-Eleven or something like that, or Target. It's never an emergency.
Well, look. Now that we're done our women in the spotlight moment, let's get down to what Westminster and Carroll County really needs, and that's more sheets.
Oh God.
What did our amateur? But this is look. An amateur sleuth found something. What did they find?
They found plans to put a Sheetz on Sullivan Road where I think Exxon, there's already a gas station there, so they're going to rebuild that out to be a Sheetz.
Oh, right next to the community pond?
Yes, exactly.
Is there room there?
Not really. I mean, there's a Vicelli Pizza, and
Yeah.
there's a
right
There's
there.
a car repair place right there. There's very little.
Oh, maybe
room
that.
there.
But maybe didn't Caples move that car repair place?
I think both locations are still open. Actually,
Did they not?
Somehow there was plans to build a Sheetz there.
Maybe they'll build like an underground Sheetz MTO bunker to give more space, or a 2-story.
a bridge to the pond would be nice.
Maybe they're going to put the Sheetzes in the pond.
You know
an
that
aquatic one.
stupid little intersection doesn't need any more.
No, it's
business.
horrible.
It's awful there.
Horrible.
I take that quite frequently because my house is out that way. And when you,
Donna.
yeah, whatever, come and find me.
Donna,
I got
Donna,
nothing to steal. And in
Adult.
fact, I will invite you in to pilfer whatever you'd like. But that trying to get off of 140 onto 97 North is difficult enough as it is now.
Yeah.
I can't imagine adding some MTOs into that situation and some stoners who are stopping there at night. That's going to be a disaster.
Right, aren't they open 24/7?
I think so, yeah.
Well, Randy, look, it means that we have another grand opening in ours.
Yes. I got to get a rig.
We snookered the Sheetz family did the talking to us last time. Remember?
Yeah, we had like the top Sheetz guy.
They thought we were real people.
So did the Carroll County Times guy. Didn't I intimidate him or try to bully him or something?
I've known him since I was like 12, so like, he just knew me.
Yeah.
He wasn't really like.
But
us being
didn't I say to him
newsworthy.
like, "Are you intimidated by our journalistic integrity or something?"
You did say that. Because if you're
times.
not first, you're last. You need
That's
to be
right.
number one journalist still.
Damn right.
So good work, amateur sleuthing. I'm kind of rooting against the Sheetz though.
I'm very much rooting against that idea. I don't like that at all.
Sykesville Out Loud, new splash park.
Yeah, it's a group called Sykesville Out Loud, which is similar to like Sykesville Online or any of those,
But
there's a lot less administering going on.
oh, is this like the off-brand Westminster Online, the like
Yes.
Wild West of Westminster,
The Wild West of Sykesville. You can say whatever you want.
the
You can
shootout
be-
saloon of Sykesville.
You can be controversial. The admin doesn't
But
care.
is it our experience that all those groups just end up being political posting eventually?
Sometimes, but this one, I don't see a whole lot of political stuff happening.
Okay, so maybe I'll check it out.
Yeah. So, did you understand what was going on there?
No.
I didn't either. So,
Oh, okay. So we're just gonna let's.
people were
Did the
against it.
audience understand?
People were against it, and I didn't understand
against
why.
it existing?
Yeah. People were for
I'm
it.
not
people
a
were
member.
against
I'm
it.
not a member of that group, so I don't have a good.
Who hates a splash park?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
We
So
should probably
this,
skip this.
no, this is good. This is dynamite stuff.
Okay. You got a handle on it?
No,
No.
I'm joking.
Oh.
Well, splash parks are controversial. I mean, we don't like dinosaur parks.
How about a dinosaur splash park?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
And
Why don't we
with
put a dinosaur splash park instead of an Exxon on Sullivan Road?
I would get
Sheets.
behind that 100%.
Let's use the old O'Farrell's barn. Is that?
You know what? That's still functioning as an auction house.
I know.
We can have the Loch Ness monster's like neck coming out of the duck pond.
Loch Ness monster's not real.
That would be so much fun if there was a sculpture of the Loch Ness monster coming out of
Sculpture.
Yeah,
I mean the actual.
Well, we can't have the actual Loch Ness monster.
But
Randy.
we'll rent. You can rent a Brachiosaurus.
I don't think that you can do that.
Rent a
actually.
Brachiosaurus.com.
Yeah, we can get Mr. Hammond to lend us some from Jurassic Park.
Well, there you go.
There you go. So, last but not least, we had checkout
I
controversy.
love that we're skipping that whole thing because I didn't read the stupid article.
Well, I tried to read it last night and I couldn't get into it and I just didn't
You're just
post
like
about it.
putting out like ideas to us and expecting us to follow up and research on them, and you don't have to. You have no skin in the game.
I mean, I read some of them, just not this one.
I read a portion of them.
I thought about reading.
Is this an insight into how high school English went for you?
Oh my God. Dude, I thought algebra was a country in high school. There you go.
So wait, math as well.
Huh?
Yeah.
No, I was talking about geography.
Okay. I
Math.
I actually found
Meth?
in I forget.
Is my math contaminated?
Your math book is.
I don't know where we're going anymore. Walmart checkouts, self-checking.
Now, this I did read.
Okay.
Again,
Impress us
What?
with your knowledge.
in the Hampstead community, a woman went into Walmart and noticed there were only 4 checkers and everybody was flooding the self-checkout. And a big debate roared about whether or not self-checkouts are good or bad, whether they're killing jobs, et cetera, et
I
cetera.
don't care if they're killing jobs; they're killing me.
The self-checkout?
You don't like a self checkout, Dennis?
No,
Why?
No, because
Oh my God, I love a self
Because
checkout.
well, in grocery stores especially, there's just always like some item that doesn't scan. Like you have like a cookie. Like I buy my daughter a cookie, and it's like, I'm sorry, there's like 5 cookie options, and you didn't hit the right button, even though they all have the same picture.
So just randomly hit a button.
I do, and then they're like, the stupid thing weighs it, and you're like, no, this is too heavy for the cookie you selected. I'm like, oh my God.
Or the great
sake.
unknown item in the bagging area. Please wait for an attendant.
Yeah, the unknown item is the same item I just bought.
I will tell you, though, from a lot of research, the Safeway self-checkout is way more robust than the Giant self-checkout.
Okay.
I never get stopped at Safeway. Giant, I've always got to wait for somebody.
Yes, that's what I find. I would go to Giant's my main stop. So.
I never get stopped at Giant or Safeway.
Well, you're just a perfect person, aren't you?
I'm pretty much a perfect person,
Yeah.
yeah.
Why don't we
Are you
add-
just now figuring that out?
Let's add in some Hoobastank right now. That song from like 2000. I'm not
Crawling in the dark?
I'm not a perfect person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But we do have a perfect person. And
Yes.
shit, Sherri.
Sherri.
I'm telling you right now, any day of the week, I would rather avoid the actual human cashier if I possibly can.
But the argument that it's killing jobs, like I feel especially if you're a teenager, if you get a job, you should really get something out of it. You should get some life lessons out of it or learn something from that job. When I was a teenager, I was a cashier at a grocery store. I got nothing out of it. It was boring.
Did you know how to learn a little small talk?
You didn't learn any people skills?
I mean,
Anything
a little
like
bit,
that?
but
His
some
people
people
skills are so good. They had to come from somewhere.
They had to have,
the
right?
people that come through your line, I mean, they might not want to talk to you. And if you talk to them, you're holding up the line because you're having conversation. So I was very efficient. You got good at counting money and stuff, but that's much less of an issue now.
Are you actually saying to me that you can't hold a conversation with someone and scan the barcodes on things and put them into a bag?
You can, but there's people behind them who are getting mad at you for talking and holding up the line.
If their perception is that you are just standing there and talking to somebody, yes, they have every right to be
Wait.
angry about that.
I'm not going to say who, but there is somebody locally, a cashier, who does that I always avoid their line because they will talk and talk and talk, and you probably know exactly who I'm talking about.
I don't know.
I know somebody listening to me knows who I'm talking about.
Do you shop at Wise ever?
No, it's not
Okay.
Wise. It's not. They'll say that, but this person, there are multiple people who have told me they will avoid this person's line because you could buy one thing and this person will strike up a conversation with you about whatever you just bought.
Yeah.
So there's a
There's
gray
some really
area.
awkward Friday nights.
yeah.
Gosh.
There's a person at the grocery store that I frequent who reminds me of. Do you guys watch Westworld?
No.
Yes.
He reminds me of Bernard Arnold.
Oh.
We call him Bernarnold. So I will avoid his line because
Hello.
I'm very afraid of him. I'm pretty sure
See?
he's a robot.
It's an
This is
interesting
all-
purchase you made.
All in favor.
Exactly. It's like that. Yeah.
It's all pro self checkout so far, our conversation.
I love a self checkout.
Me too. You dictate when you're in and when you leave.
Yeah, I
just don't think it's faster. I just think like there's always a cluster, and I end up waiting way longer than I expect.
Sometimes you just need to avoid that human contact. Sometimes you just do.
I guess.
I don't think it's a big loss. In the
I don't
job
do it
world.
because it's faster.
No, the job world thing, it's like, look, I got news for everybody. Menial jobs are going to be replaced. As fast as people with money can figure out a way to get rid of the people, because people are the most expensive part of almost every business.
They absolutely are.
Right? And it's an okay place to be in our society where we value human work, but at the same time, like if your human work isn't that valuable, like I'm sorry, don't hang your hat on being a checkout person indefinitely, because you may be replaced.
Yep.
And you know, there's other fields that's going to happen too, and it's important to be aware of it. And you ask people not to make money,
right?
And that's not the basis of our society. And so there's all sorts of arguments about taxing different things, but that's a different thing, you know.
I think inevitably new jobs will be created because the absence of those jobs will create a problem somewhere else that needs to be solved by humanity.
Robotics engineers.
The easy transition from cashier to robot engineer.
Yeah, that's pretty natural.
Very simple.
People have to fix these self-checkouts when they break.
This is a whole subject I could do a podcast on with Elon Musk, but we'll pass on it right now.
Okay.
He's coming in later for a meeting.
Okay.
He needs some advice. I'm going to sit him down and talk to him.
Yeah, I don't think Tesla's getting enough buzz. They need some Bismarck-y touch.
These rockets that land on a dime, it's, come on.
You can do better.
What is this? 2050? Come on.
You just start your pitch with "I'm Pickle Randy."
Pickle Randy.
Have you seen that episode?
No.
Oh, never mind.
It just sounded funny, so I laughed.
It is funny. You should watch Rick and Morty.
Pickle Rick.
Do we have anything else on the?
She has something. What do you think she's got?
She who
Top 10
Sherri?
list. Not she who you.
There is a top 10 list this week, gentlemen.
Would
you like to hear?
Yeah.
With bated breath.
Okay. So this
Are you baiting?
Is this top 10 list is the top 10 reasons to use the self-checkout.
Coincidental.
Or is it?
As if we need 10 reasons.
Number 10. The loud drunk lady is yelling curse words at the 15 or less checkout.
Oh, yeah. Good reason.
Number 9. Somebody caught you fingering the baked goods.
Good callback.
Number 8. You don't want to have to explain to the cashier why you are buying diaper cream, lube, and cucumbers. It's always very embarrassing.
No, I'll talk about that. Got a minute? So there I was.
To hear about our Lord and Savior. Number 7. You cannot, under any circumstances, answer the question, "How is your day?" one more time.
Case of the Mondays.
Number 6. You're in a hurry to get your meth tested.
Yeah.
For free.
Number 5. You won't get solicited for sex at the Boston Inn by the self-checker. That will not happen.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't actually...
If you're on a good trip, maybe.
Called back the Westworld thing,
Yeah.
so I'm going to have to retract that
There's
one.
a coupon slot.
Oh, Dennis. Oh, my God.
I'm just saying you can pay with your coupons there.
I'm sure that's what he meant.
Oh.
Number 4. The last time you were in line with a human cashier, there was too much judgment about the 5 different types of chips you were buying.
Cool Ranch is not the same as a normal Dorito.
It's not. Everybody knows that.
Does everyone remember when it was Cooler Ranch?
No.
Yeah, it was Cooler Ranch.
Was it really?
Yeah, it went back to Cooler.
Shortened it to cool.
I think it went from
So
cool.
it's not quite as cool
It
anymore?
went from cool to cooler to cool. Maybe that's also like a level of coolness. Like they became less cool again.
We're so cool that we don't even need to be cool anymore. Okay, so where was I? Oh, number 3. You caused the cleanup on aisle 7. So, you need to hightail it out of there.
Oh, yeah.
Number 2, you can check your hair in the security monitor. It's a great reason to
Very
use
important.
that. Okay,
For
and
Randy.
Yeah.
you guys ready? The top reason, the number 1 reason to use the self-checkout?
Oh.
Did you almost say sex checkout?
I did almost say sex check. Okay, so the
coupon thing really got her thinking.
I'm very distracted now, thinking about coupons. The number 1 reason to use the self-checkout? Coronavirus.
Oh, yeah. Good one.
Very good. Bum, bum, bum,
Anyone else?
Nothing else.
All right. I'm Dennis Twig.
I'm Randy Goldstein.
I'm Sherri Hosfeld Joseph.
See ya.